We almost have it. We almost have it.
Objectively, the best Call of Duty zombie is Master and Tony.
Oh my god! Don't stop.
Pure hate has come out of my mouth while I've played this map.
Man, we're about to get fucking Dr. Monty again.
In the
terms of things.
episode.
What's going on, round base fellas? We are back with another round of the podcast, and we have a special guest today, but we're also missing somebody. Fox will not be on this one. We got me, your boy Props. We got Drew, and we're also introducing Mr. Jeremy Slapnut, one of the OGs. Give it up for Jeremy. I don't know if you guys hear me clapping.
What's up, gentlemen? Thank you for having me on.
Heck yeah. Everybody knows your name. We have a zombies-based channel. So what got you into zombies? What is your favorite memory of zombies? Kind of take us down a little zombie career path.
Yeah, man. I remember just like all the way like back in the day, like as far as I can remember, like World at War. Uh, I remember like my brother, my older brother. He would go to his friend's house, and they had the Xbox 360, and they would play World at War Zombies, and they do 4 players, everything. It's them and the boys, and I was too young at the time. I was at that point where it was like that they would say shit like oh man, this no, you can't play, man, this is gonna give you nightmares. They would say that for the longest time. And then I remember another time, right? Like around like Black Ops 1. I went to a friend's birthday party. They had a game truck. You guys remember Game Truck?
Oh my God, game trucks are sick.
Yeah. Yeah, I think we were talking about that, yeah. If
Mm-hmm.
you get like ever like, they have all the footage of like the commercials and stuff like that, but for the people that don't know, the Game Truck is like a company that you can rent out. They still do it, I'm pretty sure, but you can rent out, it's like a big truck that comes to your house basically. And they've got like all like these, consoles, every console, multiple consoles, every game basically, for people to play, take turns, whatever, multiple TVs. A whole setup in this huge truck, and you can rent it out for however long. But yeah, I remember Black Ops 1, I remember they were playing like multiplayer, Nuketown. And I remember I was like, oh man, I want to play. And they were like, no, 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 this is going to give you nightmares. You can't play this. And I was like, oh man. So they wouldn't let me play. But it was until like Black Ops 2, right? I got my own game truck for my birthday, right? And I mean, I'm not going to brag or anything, but like, transit, I mean, like, it is what it is. Like, it's not the best experience. I remember it's, fondly though, looking back on it, like, fucking, like, transit, town. That shit was so much fun, like, back in the day. And then even playing, like, multiplayer for Black Ops 2. You had, like, the pick 10 system, and just, like, doing, like, party games and shit like that, whatever, on, like, Hijacked. That shit was fun back in the day.
Was it BO2 they introduced Sticks and Stones?
No, BO1.
BO1. 'Cause I remember playing Sticks and Stones on BO2 all the time. I got a lot more BO2 multiplayer memories than I do zombies. But
Oh, yeah. Yeah,
All
that's
right.
the
Poor
thing.
bastard.
No, that's the thing you can kind of say about it, because, like, even, like, going back and playing BO2 recently, like, I play a lot more multiplayer than I would zombies for BO2, because, like, the multiplayer is just so good, like, it's probably one of the best out there, for that time. Like, that's when, like, the multiplayer peaked. Modern Warfare 3, Black Ops 2, like, those were some of the, for me personally, like, that was my era. MW3 was my first Call of Duty. So, those two for me personally, like, was like the peak of multiplayer. And then like after that, like, Ghosts, and then like, Call of Duty trying to like be Battlefield and shit like that. So it didn't really, and then that's like when everyone started to hate Call of Duty. So, you know, But no, I mean, like the thing with Black Ops 2 Zombies is like you guys have said it before. Like, there's a lot of good maps on there, you know, but there's a lot of shit maps on there as well. And you didn't get a lot of the good ones until like later release, you know.
True. Very true.
Yeah, depending on what you're looking for. For sure the first three, I guess you would call it, Transit, Nuketown, Die Rise, like they weren't really hitting for probably like 80% of the people that played zombies at the time.
Yeah, I don't know what the fuck they were doing. I love classic zombies. I love Jimmy Zelensky. Um, I don't know what the fuck my man was doing during Black Ops 2. My man was smoking some crack.
Or that boy was talking shit. He was hating how much people were talking shit about his maps. He was like, all right, I'm gonna show y'all what y'all could have. Sure enough, we didn't
Well,
like it.
yeah, no, that you know, there's some fucked up shit going on.
You don't want to see me when I'm angry.
Yeah.
Not if I get another transit. Hey, but apparently we're getting another transit. No?
And here we go.
Oh man. But
Can't wait to see how it goes out this way.
so would you say you're more of a casual zombies player or like hardcore into the lore, like go for high rounds, go for Easter eggs kind of player?
I mean, that's kind of a hard question. I don't know what you would like. I watched your episode recently about like hardcore versus casual, and I don't know, like I'm kind of like in between. I guess what you would say is like hardcore and casual. Because like I'm into the lore. I've always been super into the lore ever since I was a kid. Like going back to World at War, BO2 specifically, all that stuff like Shino Numa, Buried, everything up to there. That was even when like Origins came out, like dude, when Origins came out and dude, in middle school, we were talking about that shit.
Mm-hmm.
That shit was crazy. But I mean, I go for high rounds. I try and go for high rounds. Like I do. I love Kino. I love Ascension. I was playing those recently, and that's pretty fun. I can get to like round 35. Like I did round 35 Ascension recently, and I got to like round 35 and I was like, all right, I'm gonna stop it here because I was just kind of going through all the maps. But yeah, 35 would be my highest for Ascension. Um, I was playing last night. I got to round 22 on Kina, just kind of casually. But even like, I don't know if you consider like, I love like the more like niche, harder maps. Like Shangri-La, Moon, even those maps. It kind of like takes like a little bit of strategy.
I got you. Yeah.
Yeah, 'cause you can play Ascension. That shit's easy. You can do
Yep.
Kina. That's easy. But
I
like,
dread
having, like,
Shang.
right.
Yeah.
That's Shangri-La is actually like one of my favorite maps.
That's great. So I'll ask you two more questions and then we'll get into these community questions. So you said you're a big lore guy. What is your favorite piece of lore?
I mean, we could get into it if you want to, but we could talk a little bit about the connection between Moon and Buried and Black Ops 1 and Black Ops 2 and how it's all tied together, if you want to get into that.
Okay.
You just want to touch on it lightly real quick, and then we'll dive in deeper whenever we get into the main portion.
Yeah, we can do that.
Yeah, I mean, like, it's kind of like, it ties everything together. Basically, everything's kind of like a cycle. I won't get too much into it. We'll talk about it later. But everything is kind of like a cycle up to that point and kind of like an idea of what zombies could have been, if Jimmy Zelensky kind of stuck around. Like, we don't know.
Awesome.
Okay, so yours was more the plot line of BO1 to BO2.
Yeah, basically how it's all kind of connected in a way with Moon and Buried.
Interesting. I can't wait to hear some more. And then everybody probably wants to know, it's one of the biggest questions in zombies. What is your favorite map? And then what is your least favorite map?
Oh, dude. Favorite map? It's gotta be Kino der Toten. It's like the best map of all time. Objectively, I know you say Nocturne Toten, but it's gotta be Kino. You know what I'm saying?
We'll
Yeah.
argue about that later. Continue.
I mean, it brought on so many. It changed. Nocturne Toten laid the foundation. Pay respect to it. It's up there. We gotta shout it out. But I think Kino der Toten, it kind of raised the bar, for what a zombies map could be.
Nocturne Totem is just the Mona Lisa of zombie. It's the initial simplicity that brought everybody's attention. It's perfect. No
Hey,
excess.
I was gonna say, don't talk to me. I'm like I got Dries and Drock and Zombies in Spaceland tied for first, so don't talk to me.
You dive a little bit further in.
Oh yeah, it's I love zombies with afros and book bags. What can I say? Well, thank you, Mr. Jeremy.
Oh, wait, least favorite.
Oh, least favorite. Sorry, my bad. I'm too quick to hop on the horse.
My least favorite map. Oh shit! You know what? I gotta be honest. I'm more familiar with like World at War to like Black Ops 2. That's kind of my thing. But I would say like out of those maps, the ones I'm like the least familiar with. I'm gonna be honest. It's Call of the Dead. It's the one I've played the least. The one I've been the most annoyed with because for some reason it's crashed my game every time I've tried to load it. I had to like re-download it. I had to re-download the entire game to do that. Really fucking annoying. Sorry, I don't know if you algorithm. But yeah, no, that I mean, and like there's just like some spots on it that just kind of reminds me. It's like the die rise of Black Ops 1 with like how jank it can be sometimes with like jumping off of ledges and like accidentally jumping to your death. You know what I'm saying?
That's the first time I've heard that description, but on God, that shit's accurate. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, yeah, that's how I feel about it. Because I've only played it like a little bit recently. My first time playing it was actually on a live stream. I have like a small little community I hang out with. We play PS3 Black Ops 1 Zombies every Saturday. So I think they're going actually right now. But
Fuck yeah.
Heck yeah, that's
Yeah.
pretty cool.
Yeah.
I hope they never shut the servers off for those older games. I hope they just keep them up and running.
Yeah, I heard there was some sort of error or something like that with Xbox 360 or something. Because I keep up with different Discords, different communities, different people doing like different.
Oh, that's right.
we-
Since they put COD on Game Pass,
Right.
but that's
Yeah,
good.
yeah, definitely.
Ah, man. Alrighty. Well, now it's time to hop in these community questions. Gather them from both episodes. How many questions do we have, Drew?
From what I can see, we have two. One from 12 and one from 13.
Heck yeah.
All right. Start out with the one from 12. We'll just go in order at this point. This one's from Misfit Psy Guy, pretty regular responder to us, always giving us decent ones. His question is, what's your guy's special enemy that you hate the most? I hate the Phantoms on Beast from Beyond as they can just teleport and do big damage. They were never rebalanced from extinction to zombies and can be pretty unfair at times. Jeremy, you're new here. Why don't you just lead us off there? What's your least favorite specialist zombie?
I guess if we're talking like specialist zombie or like boss zombie, I gotta go back to Call of the Dead. I fucking hate that map. The fucking sprinters, I hate those on Call of the Dead because those are annoying if like you kind of hang out in the spawn room too long. And then, dude, I mean, he's not too bad to deal with, but I can't stand George Romero. Me personally, it's just not worth it to take him out. I've had so many frustrating moments. People accidentally, all in good fun, accidentally trapping me, cornering me, but like, man, fuck, man, fuck, man, like, dude, fuck. I don't even want to get into it, man.
Yeah,
Hearing that scream from across the lake is some terrifying shit.
Exactly.
Oh man. Mine would have to be least favorite.
Yes, sir.
Oh man, least favorite probably has to be either the Shriekers or the Napalm Zombies on Shang. I can't stand that map, man. Dude, I fucking hate that map. It's so cool. Like, the aesthetics is so cool. The thought put behind it is so cool. But dude, after I buy the first, like, the door to the left after you spawn, or right, the one with the fucking trap, I can't, I have died in that room every time I've played Shang because I can't get out.
I feel you. Okay, I'll say this. I can understand the Shrieker. The Shrieker can be pretty annoying sometimes. But The thing with the napalm zombie, if you can catch him, you can kind of use him like a trap if you're smart. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, because we were playing, me and Fox were playing Cheese Cube, and they're in Cheese Cube, so I got to experience some napalm zombies in a Cheese Cube. But yeah, that's what we would do. We'd kind of lure them, and then kill them, and then it would lay that fire trap that sits there for 15, 20 seconds or whatever it is. Not long
Right.
enough, but
Mobile Molotovs.
all right.
Um,
Yeah, I was about to say, Drew, what is yours, man?
Well, both of y'all have decent answers, but I shit you not, I hate Panzers. Like, they're my least favorite thing in all of Call of Duty Zombies if you want to get to, like, an enemy. More than denizens, jumping jacks, fucking witches, anything. Panzers, all you hear is that loud-ass siren off in the distance, loud-ass superhero landing behind you, and then a claw grabs you from, like, 25 meters ahead and sucks you into a crowd of zombies as it flamethrowers you in the face, and there's just not a fucking thing you can do about it. I hate Panzers.
Yeah, I will say the Panzers in Origins or something else. For
Right.
sure.
Especially dealing with that for the first time.
Oh my gosh. Well, it's like, I feel like that's an upside and a downside to Origins. Is it's like a tough map and you have a tough boss, and that, you know, it kind of fits and everything, but
Right.
it makes it where I feel like you have to be set by, you know, round 8 or round 7 or whatever the first round it comes. You have to have like an arsenal by that round, which, I mean, I kind of like it, kind of don't, because that motherfucker's strong in BO2 Origins. BO3 is not
Right.
too bad, but
Right.
Can't outrun
Yeah.
that damn thing. You're not outrunning shit in the mud.
hell no.
All right, let me go over to episode 13. Let me see what that one was. I know what it was off the top of my head. Let me make sure I weren't missing any wordings for it. All righty. This question is from Shimmercode, another person that comes around pretty often asking questions. His question would be, I've got a bit of a two-parter for you guys this week, so I won't waste too much time. Between, let's say, World at War to BO3, what weapons that aren't normally found in zombies that are in the campaigns or multiplayer would you have wished to see in zombies? Along with what you think the weapon's pack-punch name might have been or special effect it could have had. This time we'll start out with you, Dalton. We'll swap with the order a little bit, make sure everybody gets a little bit of a first starter.
So mine would probably have to be the Scorpion. I always really liked Scorpion. Pack-a-Punch name though, I mean, it'd just probably be something basic like King Scorpion or lethal injection or something like that. But yeah, it'd probably be a Scorpion. Pack-a-Punch name still pending though.
Alrighty, still working on that half. Slapnut, what you hanging on to over there?
I think like maybe like a few of the ones in BO1. Like I'm thinking AK-47 and Black Ops 1 would have been cool, especially on like Ascension. You know. And then like some, you know, other stuff like you know, you got to go with the stoner, you know. If you ever play BO1 multiplayer, the stoner Pack-a-Punch name, you could come up with so many, you know what I'm saying? It names
Yeah.
itself.
The slow burn or something? It's got some good
Oh
ones.
yeah. Oh yeah.
420 lull.
Yeah,
That-
you could go easy on it. Direct statements.
yeah.
I think they should have had the Walther. You could have easily named that anything to do with a good old mustache man. I'm thinking like the Adolf assassination or anything along those lines. I would have gladly taken it. That's the gun he used on himself. So, come on,
Okay.
it was always Nazi zombies. Let's have some fun with it.
Yeah.
It's true.
Yeah, it should have been the starting weapon, and you Pack-a-Punch it.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, that I do love the 1911, especially back then when it was such a like strong silver like standout compared to everything else.
BO1 1911. It's perfect. I played the 1911 reload sound in the Cord the other day, and Drew was like, "Is that the 1911 reload sound?" And I was like, "Yeah."
It's very iconic, man. You've heard that shit so many times. But yeah, those are only 2 community questions for the week. They were both really good. Both of them. We had to Google something for that second one. I didn't have a list. Jeremy actually knew a couple from BO1 by himself. I had to rely on Google to help me out.
I don't be playing campaign like that, so. Yep.
Yeah.
How about
Very,
the multiplayer? Still active on PS3.
What,
know,
BO1
man.
is?
Oh yeah.
Oh.
A lot of the older ones.
Heck yeah. It sucks because, like, on PC, you gotta run, like, a VPN or something because people are getting hacked at the wazoo.
Yeah, there's some hackers on certain games, but World at War. I haven't seen much on World at War, but that one's pretty active. Black Ops 1. I haven't seen too many hackers. You just kind of need like DLC for that one. And then I love playing Black Ops 2. It's like my main one. It's 2025. I'm like third prestige. Right now going through it.
in the trenches.
But yeah, there's so many hackers on Black Ops 2. It's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
It makes it tough to play.
Yeah, it
Nothing's
does.
changed. Nothing's changed.
Right. Exactly. But yeah.
Oh, that's crazy, man. I didn't know that people were still running it like that. I figured Zombies community was still alive, obviously, because you kind of have to go back then, but figured most of the multiplayer would have moved up throughout time.
Oh yeah. No, I mean, there's still like some people playing the multiplayer if you look for it. Like, it's crazy. I go back. I play like a lot of the older Call of Duties. I play like World at War, BO2. I play like a lot of the Modern Warfare games, Modern Warfare 3 mainly, and those are pretty active for the most part. But every once in a while, I like to go and play COD Ghosts, and
Yeah.
I downloaded the Snoop Dogg voice line pack. I was like, I gotta go play it, and yeah, I don't know, dude. The people who are playing COD Ghosts are like a different type of people because that's like all they play, and they're so cranked at that. They're so sweaty, and it's like the DLC weapons and Ghosts are just like it's a little game breaking. I'm not gonna lie, dude. If like you have those DLC weapons, like you're just gonna fuck shit up with those.
Yeah, the Ripper always held shit down. As soon as it came out, that thing was running lobbies. Like you can't really do much against AR, SMG. That's pretty much the top of both.
Right. Yeah. And plus that game fucking sucks too. Like that's just how it works and like how everything like I don't want to get into it, but like fucking, like everything is so bland and like gray and like what is it, the IEDs or whatever that they plant that like blends in with everything. And just like the UAV thing that they have, the recon or whatever that doesn't work. The game is ass.
Talking about Ghosts, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I think Ghosts got a little bit too much hate, but I can agree with every statement you said. So, like it's very gray, it's very bland to me. It was like it almost felt like we took a step back and got almost a Modern Warfare, but super bland. That's how it felt to me.
It was in that. Right. It was a weird time for Call of Duty.
Yeah, it was.
That era. Everyone was just hating on Call of Duty. Everyone was just saying like, "Oh, it's the same thing every year," and then the games weren't as good. So
I think Ghost was actually a pretty good step though. Like the clan system, if nothing else, was really cool.
Yeah.
I'm sad they never brought it back.
Oh yeah.
That is true. I will say it. Because did you have like an app and everything for it too?
They were sending out emails for like what percentage you were and all your categories and shit, dude. It was pretty fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, there were some good ideas in there, and all the cool stuff they used to do with what was it? They had I forget what it was called, but like if you had like the COD membership thing or whatever, you could get like the certain skins and stuff like that. The certain.
Oh, I know what you're talking about too. Oh man.
Yeah.
I forget the name of that.
Ghost exclusive pass or something stupid.
Well, it was like before all passes and stuff like that. Because what was after Ghost? AW, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, because AW was when we started to be able to gamble.
Yeah, you get supply crates.
And but honestly, unpopular opinion maybe, I'd rather the supply crates than what we have now. With like a battle pass.
Unpopular opinion for a reason.
well, like besides a battle pass, give us back what we used to have with that. But also bring back, stuff like the community challenges and stuff where it's like maybe up the odds or something, in-game currency that you earn quick so you can, because I mean you can open supply drops and not get shit. You know what I mean?
If you're gonna bring back anything, bring back the Black Ops 1 gambling system, where I can earn in-game currency and then take it into like sticks and stones or gun game and like gamble a certain amount against everybody in the lobby.
Wager matches, is that what you're talking about?
Yeah, wager matches, dude. Those
Yeah.
things were the shit.
Yeah, wager matches were pretty cool. Pretty cool.
Yeah, all right. Those were just a little off topic, but yeah, those were our community questions.
Heck yeah.
We'll get into some ideas. Jeremy had a couple pretty good ones, so we're gonna run off of a list of what he thought would be a good conversation for us this week. We're just gonna start it off at the top. Jeremy, you want to talk about the World at War lore? Anything in particular you wanted to dive into, like maps or overall topics, anything along those lines?
I mean, man, there's so much to get into. I mean, World at War, it was just like setting the foundations for everything. And if you think about it, World at War was really one of the best times of, the war. Because really, if you think about it, the best creations is with both the writer and the fans. And that's what we were doing. We were, talking all about like, oh, Sam, who's Sam? With the zombies talking to me, saying Sam, and then like, oh, they're like, oh yeah, let's work on that. That's what the fans are talking about. And I mean, man, that's just kind of like where it all started. And even like other things too, looking back and like how they tried to like make the main cast or whatever. If you're looking at like Verrucht, you had like Smokey, John Banana, all of them.
Gunnar Paxton Ridge.
Oh yeah, the boys. But
Yeah.
yeah, it's kind of crazy. That's kind of where they were gonna go. They're like, oh, I don't know. They're a little generic. It's even like, going back and playing World at War and with like all the voice lines. They're all kind of like, they're all different characters. They all have different voice lines, but like you wouldn't, you know, like, you know what I'm saying? It's kind of hard to tell.
Mm-hmm.
It was cool looking back at it. Like what could have been.
Yeah,
You go ahead, Don.
I was gonna say they definitely took. It is crazy to see like when you do go back and play those old games of World at War, BO1, BO2, and then you hop into like BO3 and you're like, oh, I have to get a magical electric crossbow and defeat a 50-foot alien creature thing. This is gonna be fun. So, I don't know. I always felt like World at War lore. It wasn't like fully put together because zombies was, not like a half-ass mode, but kind of like a little fun thing that they threw in, and it really stuck with the community. So, I mean, like the lore is good now because I feel like there's certain aspects in like BO1, BO2, and even some in BO3 that it all kind of links back to each other. But I feel like they did set like a pretty good foundation with being super open-minded with the fans and stuff like that. But like it's too late to do anything now, but I wish we would have gotten a little more in World at War. That's just a personal opinion.
I mean, by Derice, man, they had it.
Right. I was gonna say like the race. They were kind of that's where they were starting to put in like little elements of like lots of like hidden notes and hidden things on the wall and stuff like that, and like hidden details of like that one guy who like got ate by a zombie who worked there or something like that.
Oh, yep.
Just like crazy stuff. And all the
So
different bits of lore.
if that's when they started to go, not like full hammer down on zombies, but why didn't we get a DLC 4? I know it was
Because
supposed to
that
be
ended up being
Kino. Well, yeah, but why? Like if it was getting
Just
so
time
much.
reasons.
Oh, okay. Because I was
They
about to say
were
that's
already
one thing I don't
releasing-
know.
They were already going to release Black Ops 1 and MW3 was coming out soon, so they were just like, look, let's go ahead and shift all this over. We'll have that already set in stone for BO1. And then that's why you started out in Kino, with it being a little like segmented, I want to say, because Derice cuts you out and you immediately go to Kino. Like you teleport from Derice to Kino. And that's why it's so like abrupt.
I got you. That makes sense.
Yeah, you have a favorite character, Jeremy? Then I know you obviously really in depth with the lore. So who do you lean toward?
Oh man, you gotta go with Edward Richtofen.
Yes,
It's my
sir.
man.
Man.
No, Ultimus Richtofen, like OG, my man, evil Nazi scientist, madman trying to take over the entire world. That's, you know, even in like Black Ops 2, he's like the announcer and everything. Like, there's just, he's so interesting. He's kind of like the whole centerpiece of zombies in a way.
That Moon meth addict really fucked a lot of shit up.
Oh, yeah.
Alrighty, I can mess with that. Obviously you kind of stick around toward the beginning of things. So, where's your like favorite set of lore at?
My favorite set of lore.
Yeah, so like World at War, Black Ops 1, or Black Ops 2.
Oh man. I mean, that's kind of tough. Um, they all kind of have like their own parts. There's like the parts I love about World at War, where just because it's like working off of the community and stuff like that, and then like Black Ops 1, we're kind of like putting the pieces together, and then we fucking blow up the Earth, from the moon, like that's pretty epic, and then Black Ops 2 was always pretty interesting to me because I never, I always kind of liked the Victus crew, the transit crew. I always thought they were pretty cool. I liked Misty. I liked Marlton. I liked Russman. I liked all of them. Stuhlinger was a little weird, but looking back, he's probably my favorite.
Okay.
Yeah.
You said you liked Misty?
Oh, dude, we all liked Misty. Dude, I remember I went to my friend's house. We played Black Ops 2 Zombies. I remember my friend, I was telling you about earlier in middle school, we were playing when Origins came out. He played it, he downloaded it the day of, and we were talking at middle school. We were walking into school that day, and he was telling me, he's like, yeah, man, like, you start the generator in the first round, and you have a different starting pistol, and then it's pack-a-punched because I went down, and it was like a laser gun, and I was shooting the Templar zombies, and we were walking across the street going into school, and the cross guard, he was just like, what are you guys talking about? He was interested,
Okay.
Yeah.
You got a section in World at War then in particular that you kind of lean to? I know you really only got Verrückt and Der Riese. Verrückt, Shino, and Der Riese, but anything in
Yeah.
particular in there you really enjoy like digging into or first learning about?
Yeah, I mean, I think, Shino Numa's a little underrated. The entire reason they're going there is to, pick up Richthofen's journal. That's kind of like the start of everything, and it's kind of like everyone's putting everything together. So, you gotta love that. And then Der Riese, they're putting in all these little hints of, the Illuminati and like, all these different codes and stuff like that and what people, are doing. And it's pretty interesting. It's kind of, setting up some stuff. You're like, oh, what's going on over here? There's so many things written on walls. And even just looking around, it's like, what is this facility with like all these brains and jars and spines and stuff,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And then even like, people are saying like, oh, what's going on with the moon? Like there's an eclipse going on. Like what is there a Nazi moon base going on over there? Like what's going on, man?
Yeah, dude, old zombies was always a fun time hearing people try to piece together the almost no information into a big story that wasn't there yet.
Right. But yeah, I mean, it wasn't there yet, but it was there from the beginning, you know? I
Yep.
mean, not really, because I mean they were gonna do Paris, but I mean, why not go to the moon? Fuck it.
Yeah, that is true. They were kind of building towards certain things. They'd already a lot of it was the Der Riese giving you all the hidden messages and radios and finding all the ciphers, breaking those down. Like that kind of built out a lot of the crazier sections of it. But yeah, they already had a weird setting with Verrückt, I feel. Like that kind of already puts
I
you
know.
in a weird mood.
Yeah, it's a real place, isn't it? It's like a real place, a real asylum, based off of a real asylum.
I think so.
I want to say it is. I want to
Yeah.
say it was based off the campaign which was based off a real one. So it's in like a parody of a real place, I think.
Yeah, pretty cool.
Kind of leading off of that, then I know you wanted to talk about some of the real life things, and that's pretty much World at War. Black Ops One started stepping out of that a little bit more.
Oh yeah,
Um,
yeah.
but if you want to lead us off talking about the Bell teleporters, things like that.
Oh, dude. Yeah, man. I mean, like a lot of like the stuff in Doris was like a lot of stuff they were working on. The Nazis supposedly, they're working on teleporters, stuff like that. A lot of weird shit they were up to. Trying to contact aliens. I sent a video in the Discord, saying like, oh yeah, Nazis were on the moon. The Nazis had a moon base during the Cold War, during the during the space race. No, the Nazis were on the moon. They already had a moon base. So I don't know. There's lots of interesting conspiracy rabbit holes to go down. It's pretty fun. Um, but uh, even like other stuff too. Um, like Black Ops One, Call of the Dead. I'm not a big fan of Call of the Dead, but there's some cool lore in there. The
Mm-hmm.
Tunguska River, you know,
Mhm.
and the meteorite, and it's pretty interesting because I mean, even if you look back at like other zombies media, it's kind of like where it all starts. Like Night of the Living Dead is like, oh, there was a meteor, but and George Romero's there, of course, but yeah, that whole Tunguska River event, pretty interesting, and real thing that happened. I forget what year, but there are rumors in the lore of like Black Ops 4, I believe, in the starting menu when you're in the forest. There's some rumors that you're in the forest of the Tunguska in Russia somewhere near Call of the Dead. With the meteor. That's what people say.
I wouldn't doubt that. Black Ops 3 and Black Ops 4 starting menus made a lot of people start questioning where the fuck you were sitting at.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I mean, if
You,
Black Ops 4's ending was Call of the Dead, the Day of the Dead, or Dr. Totem remake, um, if that's the ending, with the Tunguska River, I mean, hey, I guess it makes sense.
yeah, they're waiting on that final day to start, trying to
Yeah.
trying to get some shit going. Yeah, honestly, I just hated that story. I don't really give a hell what they were doing at that point. I never really thought about like Black Ops 3 is where I start to pass on shit pretty hard.
I feel you. Yeah, I didn't play like Black Ops 3 personally. Like I played it, my brother had an Xbox One at the time, and he was off for senior grad night, and I snuck into his room. I played his Xbox, played a little bit of Black Ops 1. I played Shadows of Evil, and I was just like, what the fuck? How do I what is this beast mode? Like how do I do this? I didn't understand it. Um, so I get what you mean, but I didn't play it much personally. I was still playing Black Ops 2. Um, but I still kept up with the lore and what everyone was trying to do the Easter egg hunt for Gorod Krovi. I still kept up with it. I
Yeah.
watched the stream. Yeah, I was there, man.
Had to be there.
I was here.
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, I know that's where Dalton really picks up at Black Ops 3, getting into everything.
Yep.
Okay.
But yeah,
I got
so back in World at War, whenever they were talking about the initial thoughts of like Vril,
Oh yeah.
teleporters and inner Earth and stuff like that, that was something you were just really into, like all the minor notes and what's possible with that.
I was more interested in like the Easter eggs back then of like Shangri-La and like going into the Eclipse mode and stuff like that and just like seeing what like all like the story was and with like the explorers and everything. I thought that was really cool. And but even like I've gotten more into like the conspiracy side of it recently. Of like Call of the Dead, and not Call of the Dead, Shangri-La, and the Vril, and people are saying like, oh, dude, does Shangri-La take place on Mars? And you know, I don't know, man. They named what did they name the background texture? They named it Mars. I don't know,
The
man.
Mars
But
Hills.
yeah. No, but I mean, it's pretty interesting too if you look into like real world conspiracies of like Himalayan zombies. If you know
Mhm.
people climbing Mount Everest and stuff like that, you know.
Yeah.
If you've ever seen Wendigoon's 8-hour video of like conspiracy rabbit holes.
I've watched some Wendigo, and I don't know if I watched that particular one, but I go into like SCP stuff and all that kind of realm. So I've heard
I
like
gotcha.
bits and pieces of what you're talking about.
I gotcha. No, that's my favorite one. You got to put on the Black Ops One interrogation room music, and then you got to watch that 8-hour Wendigoon conspiracy video.
Sounds like a CIA hypnosis trap.
Exact. No, it's a good time. It's a good time.
Start
I got my
hallucinating in like hour 3.
They're here. They're
I got my
everywhere. They're
pen
behind me. Breathing really heavy. Just like hair's all fucked up.
Yeah, dude. The
Yeah.
feds, man, they're watching.
They're always watching.
Start putting
Yeah.
bullets through the floors.
What was your last desk pop, Drew?
You know, it's been at least a couple days. I might as well give another one out. Let them know who they're fucking with over here.
Oh man.
Alrighty, hell yeah. Well, I guess kind of even leading further off that, I know you really were hunching at the bit about the moon buried connection, even a couple weeks ago when I was in one of the live streams, I believe.
Oh,
Or
yeah.
maybe it was something that Draven had just brought to me the day after. But you want to tell us a little bit more? I've listened to a good bit about it, but it's one of those things where every person I listen to kind of has a different take on it. So, what are your thoughts?
Yeah, enlighten me.
Yeah, definitely. Uh, yeah, I mean it's pretty interesting. You know, I was always interested in like what was going on in some of those Black Ops 2 maps. We didn't really understand at the time. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. This is confusing ass shit.
Yeah, like you know, looking back at like Die Rise, like we still barely know what was going on. All we really know is like it was a facility for Broken Arrow, supposedly, or some facility that contained zombie information.
Die Rise was a sweatshop. That's as far as I remember.
Right, yeah, but you wouldn't know that. It was like it was a front, man. It was a front, you know? The
Yeah,
sweatshop was a front or
they had
something
weird
like
shit.
that. Yeah, something like that. I don't know. They were trying to deny their uh, you know, you know, they were trying to deny it, man. They didn't want you to know. But yeah, I mean, Black Ops 2 was kind of confusing. You're trying to figure out what really was going on. Like we understood, yeah, we blew up the Earth and now we're here and we're like what's going on? But as soon as we got to like, you know, buried, you know, there's like this big hole in the ground and you know, we're in like some like fucking western town transported from America, the old west, over into Africa. You know, it's kind of
Shut up,
confusing.
please.
But here's the thing, right? Here's where the lore gets juicy, where we get into it. So you know, in the starting screen, the starting load up screen, when we're starting up buried, right?
Mm-hmm.
You know what it says when you're loading up where you are on all the maps?
Yeah.
It's you know, for buried, it says primary plates. And what does that mean? You know? What I
Primary
mean, what
plates.
primary plates when you're loading up, yeah.
I guess that'd be for the tectonic plates.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking too.
Yeah. And here's the interesting thing. So primary plates.
What is your problem?
What is you know tectonic plates? It's a little curious. And then I go back and I play Black Ops One Moon, and you go back and you look at the Earth, and if you pull up the texture file for the Earth on Moon, doesn't look exactly like the Earth as it does today. Not all the continents that we have today. Everything's all singled out into one space. Kind of like how it was way back in the day when the Earth was Pangea, one supercontinent.
Hmm.
Yeah, pretty interesting.
That is interesting.
And so, if that's true, this is where it gets interesting. if we're on primary plates on Buried and on Black Ops 1, we're in the Easter egg, we send the rockets to the Earth with Maxis's help as, he takes over Samantha's soul. He takes control of
He's
the
in.
ether.
Talking about
Yeah,
at the end of BO1?
right, he takes control of the ether. He lets Samantha into his body.
Nah, the end of BO1, he's just in the electronics on Eagle Station or whatever it's called.
Maxis?
Yeah, so Samantha gets sucked into the MPD by accident. She like teleports up there, fucking around because she's about to get murdered. They bring Maxis up there, and they're like, "Hey, get your fucking kid out of the MPD. Our head boy Richtofen wants to get up in that bitch." And he's like, "All right, cool. Hey, sweetie, open it up real quick." She opens it up, and he goes, "I want you to do me a favor. Kill everybody you see." And then he shoots himself in the head. And then somehow his soul gets stuck into all the technology around what is it called up there? Eagle Station, Falcon
Griffin.
Station,
No.
Griffin Station. That is it. Yeah.
Yeah.
So his soul or essence is in all the electronics, and that's why when you get to BO2, everybody can hear him out of like radios and shit. Because some reason he's like stuck in technology.
Right. Yeah, exactly. He's stuck in there. But I'm talking about like when Richtofen takes control of the ether and he lets Samantha into his body. And like,
My bad. My bad.
yeah. No, I get what you're saying though. And like, Richtofen and Maxis are both like, feuding against each other basically. And you're helping Maxis blow up the Earth. And yeah, Maxis is in Griffith Station. And basically where it all ties together is, the moon Easter egg on Black Ops 1. You blow up the Earth, and then on Buried, what happens? The Earth gets destroyed. Maxis decides to blow up the Earth. Like, so basically what I'm saying is, somehow on Black Ops 1 Moon, there's some sort of like, because I'm talking about like earlier, comets, asteroids, things containing 115, Tunguska River. The moon is surrounded by 115. There's like a layer. So when the rockets from the moon get sent to the Earth, they're like surrounded by 115, and that affects the Earth. And that is, you know, the moon is like in like some sort of like weird time effect, as that you're looking at Pangea over there. It's all very complicated, like what could have been if Jimmy Zelensky was still there. Um, but yeah, basically on Buried, you're on Pangea when Moon is taking place at the same time, and Maxis and that Easter egg, which is canon, Maxis takes control of the ether, and he blows up the Earth with the
Mm.
rockets from the moon. And here's the thing: the same song, Samantha's theme, the lullaby is playing, during the end of those, Easter egg. So, I mean, think about that,
Yeah, definitely hinting at a deeper connection than just a surface level. This is Maxis, and last time you saw him was Moon, really.
Right. Yeah, it's all very complicated, but I think like when you look deep into it, there's like videos that it can explain it better than I can. But yeah, I mean, I think there's definitely something there. Because I mean, primary plates, Pangea. I mean, it's telling me that. I mean, if you're on Moon, Black Ops 1, you look at the moon, and you can see it a little bit better on Black Ops 3 as well. The texture, it's definitely not the Earth as we know it today. So there's definitely some sort of weird time effect going on with 115. And so, the rockets blowing up the Earth and everything. It's all a big cycle, basically, is what I'm saying.
Yeah, so I think I do know what you're talking about. Draven initially brought it up to me, and I got real interested in it. I'm real glad you initially brought it up to him.
Right.
So when I initially heard it, the main thing I heard about the first time was about Black Ops 2 being a major cycle. Uh, is Maxis and Richtofen are constantly fighting over who gets to be in control. and then Maxis always wins because you have 3 people on the crew against 1 going, this is what we should do. And then you hit buried, so Richtofen's like, nah, fuck that, and he resets everybody to transit. And
Yeah.
so that all leads back to Moon being the start of it because one of them got in the MPD and one of them got in the technology.
Yeah, I mean, I can see that. I mean, it all, it is a cycle, it depends on if the cycle is broken, you know.
Yeah, with a big proponent that convinced me of a lot of it. I wouldn't say the whole thing because it gets a little weird when you're talking about if Richtofen could just reset it every time Maxis won. I don't think you would ever get out of that into BO3. But the nav cards having to go from buried to transit is really weird. Like, why would it do that if there wasn't a necessity for them to have to start at the beginning in order for something to be completely changed, you know?
I don't know. I feel like the nav cards kind of like, uh, to me, I feel like it kind of proves the point of like a cycle, because like you're going backwards, you know.
Yeah, that's what
Very
I'm saying. Like that,
Yeah.
it's something you can't overlook because that's the only way you could do the super Easter egg and actually let one side win to get all the pylons fully activated.
Yeah. Yeah, it's all very complicated. Yeah. Uh, they didn't elaborate on it too much. It was kind of like a weird era of like we didn't really know what to make of it because like it was transitional, you know. I didn't understand, mom and dad were fighting at the time. Jimmy Zielinski, and Jason Blundell. There was a lot of arguing going on. I don't know if you ever noticed. Like even like on
Yeah.
small things. Did you ever notice like the Remington, it was like 1500 or something like that on like transit and like all those maps.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'm pretty sure it's like 750 on Origins.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
I thought
Is
it was
it?
still
Yeah.
like 1200.
Isn't the
No,
MP4
it's like
or yeah, isn't the MP40 changed too?
right, the MP40 is like 1300 and it used to be
Yeah, it's a
1000.
weird.
Yep.
Yeah. And it's all, they're all just kind of, deciding like, oh yeah, well if the MP40 can get you points, then might as well be worth more, because this is a harder map. And it's just kind of like, I get it, but like some of these things are a little, it's a bit much. And they were kind of arguing about like the shotguns and stuff like that because like, uh you could just dig up the shotgun on Origins, you can get it for
Mm-hmm.
free. And it's easy defense, but the thing is you're not going to get a lot of points with it. And so if you're not going to get a lot of points with it, sure you can defend yourself, but what's the point? Like you can defend yourself, but you're really not going to get that many points because I don't know how many points exactly, but you get less points with a shotgun than you would normally, right?
Yeah, you can get like 110 would be like what you'd initially expect to get. 10 for a hit and 100 for a headshot.
Yeah.
Unless
Yeah,
it's
it's
only
like the
100.
yeah. You're not going to get a lot of points with a shotgun. You need like a good weapon for points and a good like one hit weapon like a shotgun. But that's kind of like where they're arguing with it of like, small things like that in the MP40 and just like, I didn't understand. I was just a kid at the time. I didn't understand they were arguing about the core fundamentals of how zombies should be. I was too young to understand that stuff. So looking back, it's just kind of crazy. And now we have what we have today, and it's not the same as it used to be. And that's kind of how it is. But uh, I don't know. I don't know. I'm personally not feeling Black Ops 7. Personally, um, if we're talking about like getting a new transit map and all that, like uh, you know, I don't know. I don't know if they should have brought back the fucking. They're giving us what, like a new version of the original 4. They're all from different time periods.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like a scatter shot of the initial 4.
Yeah, I mean it's cool. It's different, but I don't know if we need a new version of the original 4, especially when Takio's voice actor, can't even, work right now. He's going through some stuff. Tom
Yeah.
Kane.
They just,
Yeah, I was gonna say they just announced the new voice actor.
Yeah, I did hear about that, and I did see his work, so that's cool. But you know what would have been cooler? Instead of, obviously this is pretty cool. I'm getting like some Metal Gear Solid vibes from Nikolai and everything. This is like, I'm getting some like Metal Gear Solid vibes from this. Takio, Dempsey, everyone. I don't know, but I saw a video recently from CJ Santa, and I just think it makes a little bit more sense if we're doing a Transit remake. Why don't we just bring back the Transit crew? Because I feel like, it's been long enough to where people have nostalgia for Black Ops 2. I mean, this is a Black Ops 2 sequel, basically. Um, yeah, I mean, it makes sense to bring it back, but I don't know, man. I saw, people are saying like, "Oh yeah, I know they're gonna come back. I know they're gonna come back," but it's like, yeah, but I just feel like it would have been cooler if instead of getting like new versions of the original four, we could have gotten, the transit crews back, because they have the, some history. They've been stuck in the dark ether since Black Ops 4, so it makes sense in the lore.
yeah, the problem is that they think they can get more money out of the original four. It's their easy pick. It's the Barbie of that universe. Like everybody knows that shit.
Right.
If you get somebody that started in Black Ops 3, Black Ops 4, Black Ops 6, all of them know the original four. Like people talk about them, you hear about them. Like you haven't heard anything about Russman since probably Black Ops 4 tag, and that's just tagged or totem. You get them a little bit.
Yeah, exactly. It was cool kind of like reading like this. I didn't read the comic personally. It was cool like keeping up with the lore, watching videos on it of like what's going on in the comic with the transit crew and everything. And they're in that like pocket dimension where everything's like disappearing and everything's falling apart. Pretty interesting. And keeping up with them and like they show up. I remember I played Blood of the Dead, Black Ops 4 on launch at a friend's house. So that was pretty cool. Launch night. That was like my last launch night Call of Duty experience. Was at my friend's house. We played Black Ops 4 together. And you start off in the spawn room and you see the transit crew and you're like, "Oh my god, dude, like what the fuck?" Pretty cool. And then like I don't know, Black Ops 4 was just like a little disappointing because there was like a lot of remakes basically. So, you know.
Black Ops 4,
Nostalgia bait.
I was about to say, I recently played BO4. BO4's, it's pretty solid, but yeah, it was very, like, remakey. And
Right.
I feel like it doesn't meet a good median of, like, nice and chill maps. It's like, if you wanted to do an Easter egg on one of those maps, it's not tough, but it's definitely, I think, one of the toughest zombies experience we've gotten.
Yeah, I mean, I get what you mean. They kind of like changed like a lot of the stuff with like Black Ops 4 and everything like that. And there was like some cool stuff in there. Um, but yeah, it was a change for sure.
Yeah, well, Dalton, what'd you think about the Black Ops 2 loop theory with Moon and Buried and time pockets and everything getting shifted around with Pangea?
I mean, it would. I mean, it's not out of the realm of possibility. I would say. I don't feel like I guess we'll never know. It's technically going to be a theory unless we get something, that dead set says, there is this. But I mean, like we're going through space and time now. Like whatever. Like we're getting our third set, but like fourth iteration of Richtofen and third set of the Ultimus Primus characters. So I mean, it's not out of the realm of possibility to start having those time pockets and stuff like that. But it's an interesting theory. I never really thought about it like that, but it's definitely interesting to think about. And it's you have a leg to stand on, but you don't have a leg to stand on.
Yeah, but since it was probably something left over, almost certainly from Zelensky.
Yeah.
It's probably buried. It was something that was left in there just because it was already thought out. But I think Origin showed us pretty clearly that they were just going to go a completely different route with everything.
Yeah, and I mean, like, I don't know. That it kind of gets back into like I don't know, like going back, like you could kind of tell, watching like some of the footage of like the development of Black Ops 2 Zombies, and talking about like Jason Blundell was saying like, oh yeah, a lot of the concepts in there for a lot of those smaller maps, like the game modes or whatever, a lot of them were kind of half baked. It's like, okay, these dudes are kind of beefing over a lot of ideas of how zombies should be, and I mean, Jimmy Zelensky was kind of smoking a lot of crack at the time. I don't know what the fuck my man was doing, but um, you know, uh, what happened happened. But yeah, it was
You
I will
obviously love the Black Ops 1 maps. What made you hate the early Black Ops 2 ones between Transit and Die Rise?
uh, I mean, I love Black Ops One. That's just like a great one going back. But I don't even mind some of the Black Ops 2 maps. I mean, generally speaking, like a lot of people don't like those maps, but me personally, like I started going back. I had a lot of free time last year. I wasn't doing much. And so I was like, fuck yeah, I might as well go back. And everyone was talking about the Die Rise 3, Black Ops 3 remastered.
Hmm.
Um, so I was like, oh, you know what? I'm going to go back. I'm going to try and get good at Die Rise. And you know what? I learned some of the jumps. I smoked some of the crack that Jimmy Zelensky was smoking. I was like, all right, let's go. And I was like, let's do this shit. And I was, doing all the buildables. I built the Slickifire. I was doing the high rounds in the elevator shaft. I was like, oh shit, this is how you do it. Okay. It's not a bad map once you learn, how to do it, but it's kind of like a tough learning curve, if that makes sense.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Looking back, that's like, it's a really easy, like casual map in my opinion. I could like, the only thing I have like, as a solo player is like doing part swapping all around the map in the
Yeah.
early rounds,
Hmm.
which takes a
Yep.
while. But other than that, pretty easy to get them all down there. And that main, you could that main like spot, training spot on the roof, it's pretty easy. And then some people do the Buddha room, you know. So as a solo map, it's pretty good. I'm mostly a solo player, so I can't complain.
Arguably the best wonder weapon they've ever made. It's a buildable pretty early out the gate for the map.
Oh yeah, and then
Touching
they
fucking power.
yeah, and then they nerfed it. And then there's a glitch where you can just get it back anyways to like its original overpowered way. So
Yeah, you get it pretty much to where it was. I think it's still a little worse. I can't remember because it's obviously a glitch. I can't remember what the downside is, but you just gotta shoot that sign outside of spawn like with a full clip or at least 10 times, something stupid like that.
yeah, something niche like an Easter egg. They put that in there. They wanted you to have it. But I do love those like high round just camping spots. It's pretty fun. You get the anything with like fast spawn. You know, it just makes zombies a little bit more fun, in my opinion. Nobody, that's my one issue with Nocturne Totem. Is some of the spawns on that map on the early rounds are so slow, you know. So
Yeah, that's fully granted. That's one of the biggest downsides of that map. But that map was made for ambiance. You could feel like you've killed them
yeah.
all, but then the round hasn't changed. So now, as a little kid, I was over there like, "Where is he? Fuck, dude, he could be anywhere."
Right, yeah, they definitely had the vibes. They it was all like fucking fog. There's so all the fog reeling in and everything like that. It was it was a strong vibe. But they were just setting down the ideas at the time. Um, but then you get to um, yeah, Black Ops One, and then like there's still that strong vibe there. It's still a little gritty, not as gritty, but yeah, I'm
Honestly, I feel like
toast.
Shino took that shit off. I feel like they took the foot off the neck there. I feel like Varuk and Noct had it pretty down. Shino kind of backed off a bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Go
I
ahead.
was about to say Shino's good, but I think Shino is definitely the worst World at War map.
Nah, well, I mean, it's definitely like it's one of the easiest, and I think the only thing wrong with it is that you can lose your jug. That's the only problem with it.
It's got mud. I don't really like the randomized perk system. I never have. Like when they did that shoot in Nuketown, that's my biggest problem in Nuketown too. Kind
Yeah,
of like knowing
I
where all
get
my
it.
shit is.
There's only what, like 3 perks, 4 perks.
3
Yeah,
houses that spawn perks. I think Quick Revive is always in the same one or in the main building, something like that.
maybe.
Because you only get 3 exits out of spawn. You get toward the flogger, toward the little huts, and then toward the zipline area. Pretty sure.
I get what you mean. I've been going back trying to like do like a heavy emphasis on playing like the world open maps, and they can be a bit difficult. Um, I do find it a bit annoying whenever they do like different spawns for certain perks. I liked how they did it more in like Black Ops 1 because like where Juggernog was countered with Speed Cola, and then like where Double Tap was, or Double Tap, and then I forget what else. Um, Deadshot, and then all the different perks were like kind of where one perk would be another perk would be. You know what I'm saying?
Swap around instead of just being like fully randomized.
Exactly. So I think I don't know. I guess there's like a whole different pattern. So many combinations of different spawn locations, but for the most part, you get Jug and Speed Cola. Those are the main ones. So
Yeah. I mean, not to mention in World at War, Quick Revive don't do shit solo, so it's not gonna do
yeah,
anything for you no matter where it's at.
right. But you know what? Dude, I see people get into the high rounds of World of War. You know what I'm saying? I see people who've done like multiple days of just like getting the flamethrower and just like doing doing Verrucht and just getting the flamethrower and doing that for multiple days, or just doing Shino Numa. I've seen a dude play Shino Numa for multiple days straight and just stream that, and like, you know, can't be that bad. You know what I'm saying? Easy.
Yeah,
It's because the
Yeah.
round limiter.
that's true
You
too.
get 24 zombies around up until Derice. I mean,
Yeah.
you pick up the Wonderwolf on Shino, you just start fucking flying through rounds.
Yeah, I mean, definitely. But I love high rounds though. I'm not like good at them or anything. Like I love the training spot on Keynote or Toad in the alleyway. I love doing that just because
Hell
it's fun, it's
yeah.
challenging. Yeah, it's a good challenge. I was doing that last night. I'm not like great at it or anything. I was pretty, just doing it pretty casually on Discord, hanging out with the boys. But I got to round 22 with the Thunder Gun. I'm just like, yeah, whatever. Got to round 20. That's fine for now. Just kind of like shooting the shit.
Hell yeah. I think
But
that's probably one of the best places to fuck around at.
oh yeah, that's where I hang out. It's all spooky, but no, I hang out over there. We're going to the movies.
It's just a rapid spawn. You don't have to sit there and wait. You get just a constant funnel of shit.
Yeah. Oh, you could. Yeah, just the way how it spawns in. You've got everyone just. It's just the quickest spawns basically. You don't really get those the Nova 6 zombies. You don't really get those.
Yeah, I think I remember something like that. Like there's only certain areas they can spawn from. They mainly come out of ceilings.
Yeah.
So when you're outside in the alleyway, there's really nowhere for their spawn to come out of. So you just get more zombies.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a
I think
good
they can.
challenge too. Like, yeah, good time. Sorry.
No, you're fine, brother. We're just here to talk, man. There ain't no like real rules. Dalton said it while you were gone, but with Draven not here, it's like there's a substitute teacher in the classroom, bro. There's no rules right now. We're just kind of like
Oh,
freelancing shit.
Yeah.
I gotcha. Oh, that's cool. Yeah, dude, put my
Yeah,
feet up on the table.
have at it, man. He's the one that usually sets up structure and shit.
Yeah, now we're
I'm
free balling this shit, my boy.
yeah,
We-
I'm like your last minute ideas, man, dude. Like if you come to me, it's because you ain't got no option.
oh
Oh, I
man.
got the ray gun fellas, so I think we're good.
Oh yeah.
All right, we'll be set.
Yeah, no, I feel you. Um, What were we talking about? I'm toasted.
Bro, it'd be like that sometimes. Honestly, we just kind of started derailing off of talking about VO2 and everything. Um, Never really picked the topic after that. We just started talking about how we feel about certain aspects of zombies, man. That's pretty much all
Oh
we
yeah,
do here anyway.
yeah.
I got
Yeah.
you.
I
Yeah.
mean, if you want to get onto a different topic, you had mentioned wanting to talk about the pillars of the community, and that'd be between you and Dalton for the most part. I do not give a shit about YouTubers and stuff like that, so that'll be
Oh, I
on
got
y'all.
you. Yeah. Dalton, what kind of I know we were talking like a little bit about like some of the YouTubers we watch. Like you've seen That Was Awesome in his
Mhm.
videos, right?
Yep.
Yeah, he does like all like the in-depth like lore videos. Well, he did like a series about learning the lore,
Yep.
and
Mm,
then
that
he
shit
does
is
like
so
some other
good.
stuff.
Yeah,
I
it's
love
so
that.
good. Uh,
I send that to my friends, try and get them into it.
yeah. I mean, I feel like there's I don't want to say like, of course you have like the pillars of the community. I guess you have like the people who are in the Z House. So like Noah J. You have people like Codename Pizza, Mr. Waffles, Dalek, and all that.
Oh
But
yeah,
I find myself like they are more like mainstream. Like if you want to see gameplay, see tutorials, stuff like that, they don't really talk about a lot of lore stuff or like really deep dive into stuff. Um, there was um, there's a guy, I think his name, I've watched him for gosh the longest time. I haven't watched him recently, but Crazy Rabbit, if
oh
you know
yeah.
who that is,
I
yep.
watch his stuff. Yeah,
Crazy
he made a
Rabbit.
video talking. Yeah,
Um,
I got you.
Who else? I've been real big on this guy, and I've shouted him out a bunch because I just love his shit. Jolts is super good. He pretty much does just like useless tips or useless facts or useful tips and useful facts or whatever, or ranking videos pretty much. But he's super
I
cool.
got
It seems like I watch a lot of the smaller guys, guys with tens of thousands of subscribers. But yeah, no, I mean, there's still definitely people out there getting like different people in the community are hitting different aspects of the community, whether it be lore, gameplay, high rounds. Everybody's doing something. So it's good. Pillars though. I mean, I'm a big Noah J guy. I think he's my number one. I love watching Noah J.
Oh yeah. No, I watched all those guys back in the day, the Z House. I remember actually, because I'm from Southern California, um, like pretty close to LA, in between LA and San Diego. But I went to the beach one time and it was like over the summer, that summer when they were doing the Z House. I was like, oh shit, I think the Z House is over here. So it's just like I was at the beach that day. But yeah, I mean I love all those guys. I fucked with Mr. Raffle Waffles the most. That's my guy.
Yep.
But yeah, I followed all those guys like Mr. Dog JD, Noah J456, Mr. T Lexify. Let me
Mr.
tell
T
you
Lexify.
let me tell you something, brother. Let me tell you, let's get something straight, right? Pillars of the community after what happened to Mr. T Lexify, things aren't the same as they used to be. All
That's
right. I
true.
think the old pillars I think are done.
Mm-hmm.
They're kind of slowing down. They're kind of talking about other things right now. Mr. T Lexify still makes videos. People still watch him. I don't know why. You know,
What happened to
some
him?
people,
Um,
they forgive this guy because they made him laugh back in 2016.
yeah.
Like
Uh,
that.
I like
Mixed with his
Lex. What
video
happened to
channel.
him? Damn, I must have missed
Drew,
something.
some people like women of age and some people don't.
He did it too. He's a Minecraft YouTuber. Fuck.
He did it at the
Bro.
Z House. He did
All
it at
my
the Z House.
heroes. Bro, this has got to start saying something about our society. Like that, a lot of people we're looking up to. Just
Yeah,
falling,
man.
dude. Damn.
Yeah, it's
Fuck, man.
it's
I take
sad.
back my shout out.
Cause
Fuck.
I was gonna say I liked Lex, but tough to stick by somebody after that. But yeah, I feel like I feel like what either needs to happen, we need a banger zombie game, so all the pillars kind of realign again, or we need to take a break from zombies. Either a game or 2 games. I wouldn't like if I got a good, all well together story, gameplay mechanics. I'd have 2 CODs before I get a new zombies experience, as long as it's good. I could do that. I think it would provide more like, I don't want to say like compare it to supply and demand, but supply and demand. It's like now they're just shoving anything they can get down our throat. You know what I mean? Where zombies just quite frankly doesn't get the, I won't say time, because they definitely have time, but it doesn't get like the effort put in.
Doesn't get the consideration.
Yeah, correct. So I don't know, man. I want to have a good game, but this will, I know we wanted to talk about this, and I'll brush over this for a second, but like I got good hopes and aspirations for BO7, but like if I'm being realistic, I feel like it's going to be a BO6 copy paste. The only thing that can kind of make it better than BO6 would be like they do good lore, like how it's kind of looking right now is like you're bringing back our 3rd set of Ultimus Primus characters. I don't know how much longer I can do them, man. Just introduce a new crew. Doesn't have to like you say it all the time, Drew. Like it's okay if there's an ending and we don't always have to win. So make a game with not a useless crew, but you're able to build character. Just have like a disposable crew you use for a game, and then boop, they're done. And if you want to tie in like your main crew, whatever, off of some of the events they did, then you can do that in the game after. You know what I mean? But I hope BO7's good. That was the point of this. But
Yeah, I will say the one thing I have heard about, the discussion going on with BO7 right now is like some of the ideas for the maps do sound pretty cool. Like we're just supposed to be like getting like a lava and a volcano, and like we're supposed to be getting like a Vietnam map like we were supposed to back in the day. And it seems like all these maps are kind of tying into the new set of the 4 characters, which is pretty cool.
yes.
So it seems like, we might do something cool with that. So sounds pretty interesting. So I mean, it's definitely gonna be better than getting, just like random facility maps,
Yeah, and that's one thing. Like, I see leaks all the time, and I mean, I take everything with a grain of salt, but I think they really need to hit on different aspects and like totally different environments and places rather than facility maps. And if it's gonna be, if you have to resort to a facility map, make it like not all facility, if that makes sense. Make it like a kind of like a Der Eisendrache where you or Shattered Veil, where you have like an upper and a lower facility. Upper, you got like a totally different map, totally different vibe. You know what I mean? So I think the reason Zombies fans are intrigued is because there's so much they could do, and there is so much hope. It's hard for me to say they'll capitalize on it. That's my biggest fear, because they could make this game super good, and how they're lining it up, and they're starting to listen to us. But it doesn't matter how much stuff that they're doing that we like, if they don't come out with a product we're satisfied with, we're gonna keep bitching.
Yeah, the one thing that has me concerned with BO7 is just like, they say like mechanics wise, it's going to be mostly the same. It's mostly about the new experiences, they say. And so that's like the one thing that's kind of got me a little bit like, oh, I don't know. But for the most part, I mean, I haven't played it personally, but I think, some people are, they don't like, the armor system or the rarity system or whatever. But I think for the most part, like, the gameplay loop in general of Black Ops 6, I don't think most people are like, hating on it. I think they just kind of want to go back to that classic mode. They prefer that, I don't know
Yeah.
how you guys feel having played it.
Yeah. I mean, BO6 to me, I think we had this conversation a while ago, but BO6 to me, it feels like every game you load up, you're doing the same thing. It's never, oh, I'm going to buy this wall weapon instead of buying this door. Like, you don't really have to make as many choices. It's like pretty cut and dry of like what you, like point wise, what you'll be at by X round, and then what you'll have by X round. Like, you know, you'll be gold gun, pack 3, all plates of armor, usually around round 30. Bang, like stone cold, cut and dry. That's what it is. But I kind of miss the classic mode. I feel like they just need not make every map super different, but they need to put different aspects into different maps where you go back to a map for a certain thing, if that makes sense. Like, make more map inclusive stuff. Like with this new transit map we're getting, we now have like a drivable vehicle. I think that'll be pretty cool. Rather than having to like wait, you can drive from place to place to place. You're probably gonna have to fill it up. I guarantee it. But I don't know. I'm excited for what they can do, but I just hope they freaking execute, man.
Yeah, it's interesting because they're trying to bring in all these new people to play zombies, and they're saying like, "Oh yeah, Liberty Falls was like the most played zombies map of all time." But it's everyone knows we're doing camo grinding, and that's kind of like the question of like kind of going back to like new pillars of the community and new people making videos on like zombies and stuff like that. Is like they're trying to bring in all these like new people into zombies, but I don't know. It's kind of yeah. I don't know. Some people kind of like wanted like some of those old school mechanics of, you know,
Well, I mean,
like I s-
and that's
yeah,
true, but how hard is it to make a classic mode?
yeah, I get what you mean. Like a classic, like a 2-hit, 3-hit down type of like a Black Ops 3, kind of make that to
Yeah,
appeal to like a cat.
no crap. Like, take out crafting table, take out. But like, if you want a shield, like just make a buildable shield. Like, how hard is it to in a certain mode, like you program a certain mode to miss out on a bunch of things. You don't even have to change the map. And where the crafting tables are, you can fucking have a buildable shield where they put 3 parts, 3 different locations for each part. Boom, good to go. That's your classic mode. So you have your armor covered, and then you get rid of all the other shit of like you're back to 3-hit down, 4 perk limit, certain shit like that, where it doesn't change game aspect, it just changes how you play. And then have certain rewards for each mode. Like, if you complete the Easter egg in classic mode, you get a different calling card or skin or whatever, and then play it in standard, you get one. Just kind of how they do it now. But I feel like they're curating more toward the casual player now, trying to get those newer people into zombies rather than curating to the people who are deep into it.
Yeah, no, it's kind of tough. They're trying to appeal to the Warzone people, and that's what everyone's upset with like the armor and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So I get what you mean. And I agree with you 100% about like, just having a shield and building that instead, using that for armor. It makes a lot more sense. And I get too what you mean about like, just go back to like a 3-hit down, give us like the mechanics that we have now with like the slide and everything, should be fine. Um, I agree with you. Question is like if it goes like a little bit deeper than that, because there's so much more. Like, are we gonna have to go back to the point system and change it back to how it used to be in Black Ops 1, Black Ops 2, where you'd get points for hitting zombies instead of killing them, you know?
Yeah.
So
I mean, you
yeah,
could
yeah.
you could do that, but I mean, even if I feel like people would still be okay with a like just a regular classic mode, getting rid of all the like crafting tables, back to the perk limit and stuff like that. I think that would be just like the harder mode. It'd be like realistic mode in BO4, where yeah, it's like you go back to classic, but I mean, keep the same point system, because I don't think we're gonna revert back. I don't want to say ever, but I don't think we'll revert back to the point system, unfortunately, because I'm
Yeah.
pro hit point system rather than kill point system. But I mean, it is what it is. It's how the game is paced now, and how you're supposed to get points, how many points you can get. Because I will say, like, if you don't upgrade your gun and it was a hit point system, if you have like a gray starting weapon, you could keep buying ammo for that and probably have fucking 100,000 points by round 11, 12. You know what I mean? And how it plays now. But it's just kind of how it is now. There's going to be variants. There's going to be a battle pass all the time. It's sad to see, but they could capitalize on it and make it not as, or make it more bearable.
Yeah, I see what you mean. Drew, what do you think about that?
I think those assholes are going to make another Nuketown, and that's what their idea of bringing back a classic zombies is, because they're fucking stupid and they don't have a single original idea in that entire office building.
Yeah. that was
We're-
kinda
Pretty
sad.
strong stance.
Yeah, I was going to say we're never getting invited to COD next, but it's okay.
Nah, bro. See, I don't want to be. Like, I couldn't. I'd be over there talking shit. I'd be knocking on
I
the
mean-
glass, like, yo, what you programming, bro? that don't look right.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, no, that's.
Make
they just-
replayable
they-
Easter egg songs. Make replayable Easter egg songs.
I wouldn't be screaming that. I'd be hollering across, get rid of the ray gun, please. Make something else.
Yeah, we love the ray gun.
I hate all of their stupid returnable wonder weapons. Ray gun, Mark II,
Yeah.
all that shit. Monkey bombs are fine. I'll give them that. I like monkey bomb. I think they're funny.
I mean,
Yeah,
I feel like they're.
fuck with the-
I was gonna say, I feel like the ray gun's too iconic to not have in a zombies game now.
I know, but it's shit.
It's all right. It ain't bad. I like it.
I mean, they keep tweaking it, but I'll never forget the old days. You can't make me. Black Ops 1, Black Ops 2, you get cornered, and you're like, I got the ray gun, I got this. And you fucking don't.
Dude, I still remember. It
Yeah.
took me like 2-3 times going down to splash damage to realize what I was doing to myself. I was like, how are these guys still hitting me?
You're
Fucking
shooting at your feet like they're invisible.
yeah, where are they? Where are they? Go to school the next
Making
day, you're like,
crawlers.
dude, round 11, you get invisible zombies. Or it's like every time you get the ray gun, there's invisible zombies now. Everybody's like, what the hell, really? But yeah, I kind of miss the days where it was like, that's kind of how you spread information. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, there was YouTube and whatever, but it's like now there's just so many people doing so many things on the internet where, I mean, shit, you could. I miss. Do you guys know Jimpathy?
Oh yeah. I was gonna say you mentioned information. You mean misinformation?
Yeah.
Dude, Jimpathy and the transit Easter egg of getting the Santa snow globe or something like that.
yes.
Yeah, man. That shit's
Oh
funny as
my
hell.
god. Yeah, that dude. I miss those days, but it's like, yeah, like I said, nowadays, everybody's playing. It just doesn't seem very, lore based anymore, unfortunately. And I feel like
Yeah.
they need to cater to that just a little bit more where, I think they've done a good job of making it pretty casual friendly. Like, you can't force people to play. If they're going to play, they're going to play. So you've made it available to the casual player. So now let's deep dive into stuff the people who want to play zombies every single time they log on to COD. Let's do that. But like we talked about 2 episodes ago, it's just gaming's changed.
Right.
So
Yeah. I don't play many like modern games ever since like Destiny,
God, I choose.
Yeah.
$200 for a game.
I know. Yeah, prices are going up now. Like like Borderlands 4 I think was like $80 or something, I think.
Yeah, not gonna happen.
Yeah. Yeah. Real fans will buy it for $80. But no, I mean like me personally, like I said, like I just had the PS3 for the longest time. And like after Destiny, dude, everything changed. Like Fortnite came out, everything changed. Battle Pass system. Dude, you guys were telling me like the Call of Duty DLCs are free now, and I was like, I don't understand that.
Yeah. So it's literally like a copy and paste of Fortnite. We get seasons, and then you get like a big season update, and that brings in a battle pass, and then like game modes and guns and skins or whatever it may be. And then you get Season 5 or Season whatever Reloaded, which is they bring extra stuff in. So when the Reckoning dropped, we didn't like the blog posts and everything talked about a Mr. Peaks field upgrade. Everybody's like, oh, that's pretty cool. It works as like a monkey bomb. You can get like good luck out of the box, all sorts of shit. And we didn't have it on release of the Reckoning. It wasn't until Season 5 Reloaded. So like after everybody's beaten the Easter egg, right when directed mode comes out, Mr. Peaks comes out. But you were able to, they came out with like a mini battle pass that you could either buy or just get free stuff. And one of the free rewards after you got it to like level, because there was only like 10 levels in it. Once you got it to level 8, then you unlocked Mr. Peaks. And then once you unlocked it, you could unlock all the augments for it. So whenever I got it, like I had it fully maxed out already. It was just, it's very odd how they do stuff now. But it's just kind of how it is. It's not, I mean, COD you still have to pay for, but it's like the free game mentality of having a store and having in-game currency. But the thing I don't understand about COD, like, and I don't know if I've talked about this before, I never got, like, if you want weapon skins, like camos and stuff, understandable, 100%. But if you want a character skin, I don't see, do you want to look at different hands? Do you want your character to have gloves or not? I don't understand. Granted, you can go into third person now, but I have yet to see like any streamer or anything do third person mode. So I feel like you could just kind of get rid of that shit. Like you can have like skins or whatever and do like a BO3 thing where you get like a winner circle where you're able to see it like that. Like that's kind of cool. But, and I know they kind of do that shit now, but it's, I don't know. I feel like they're too skin heavy and they need to focus on actual game content more than freaking cosmetics. But
yeah, I get what you mean. I feel like at COD Next last year when they were showing off Liberty Falls, everyone was doing the third person mode as the gimmick, you know, and everyone was kind of that's like everyone was like kind of clowning on it, you know what I'm saying? Like everyone was like just giving it shit, you know, like I thought it was cool at first and then, you know, exfil, but like I don't know, I didn't really fuck with like the third person and like whatever the skins they were using at the time, you know.
well, yeah, it's like, I mean, when you think of COD, it's a first person shooter.
Exactly.
Like when I think of third person, I think of Gears of War. Yep, I think of Gears of War, just period. So it's just odd. I mean, I feel like we're at a weird state where everybody, I feel like the people who've played BO6 are excited for BO7 because I feel like BO6 is low-key going to go down as a great zombies experience, and I'm calling it now, but a lot of people are just kind of hating on it because it's a hate COD train right now. It's kind of like IW, but it's not getting as bad as IW. And I feel like BO7 is going to be the new IW, and we're actually going to get a pretty decent zombies experience because if I get a decent zombies experience and it comes out every year, cool. I'm going to keep playing it, and then you're going to get your good ones and your bad ones. But with what I want, take that freaking year off, take the 2 years off, and give us 5 good ass fucking maps without the original characters in it.
Yeah, I mean, we always look back on these things fonder, you know, in hindsight, you know. You know, especially like Black Ops 4, you know, people were saying like, oh man, you know, Black Ops 4 at the time, you know, that's when people like stopped, you know, making videos on zombies. You know, they were doing custom maps. But nowadays people are talking like, oh man, like, yeah, Black Ops 4 is actually pretty good compared to what we have now. So I mean, you know, it's always in hindsight and like how things age, basically. You know.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
People always hate on Call of Duty at the time when it comes out, just because they kind of feel like it. Some of the, I feel like, you know, some of the criticism is valid.
100%. There's always criticism that's valid. 100%. But
Damn.
I feel like some CODs get bad timing, some CODs get great timing. And I feel like the earlier CODs, I won't say they get praised more than they should, but I feel like the earlier CODs are, I don't want to say overrated either, overhyped, due to the fact that COD had a product for X amount of years straight where they just dominated. There was nothing better than COD. And if you didn't like COD, you played Battlefield. But it was, you didn't go to school and be like, hey, do you play Battlefield? It was like, no, you play COD.
Yeah, I always remember people talking about Call of Duty back in the day. Like even like in elementary school, people would be like, oh yeah, like, well, I'm not some nerd who plays Mario Nintendo stuff, like I'm not playing that nerd shit. Like, no, we play Call of Duty. My friend's teaching me how to become a hacker. Like,
Yeah.
yeah, like shit like that on the playground. You know, like we like Master Chief. Like we like cool shit, not Mario. I always remember shit like that.
Yep.
But yeah, I mean, fuck, I'm toasted. No, it's like totally like I get what you mean though. Like they're kind of like just going like super kind of like casual with it, and even like with all the people that they're bringing into like COD Next and stuff like that. They're trying to have all these like Warzone players. Like I remember last year, people were like, some random Warzone guy got to round 50. Like who even is this guy? Like I've never heard of him before in zombies. But
Mhm.
it's like, do any of those Warzone guys stream zombies? Probably not.
No.
I don't think so. Yeah.
But
So
yeah, you like when you're saying like, oh, I made it to round 30 or 35 on Ascension. Nowadays, like to newer players, that's nothing. You can get to like I've gotten to 50, like on Liberty Falls especially. I got to 50 using my starting weapon that I brought in and the trap and spawn. Just like easy. I can do it every single time, pretty much eyes closed. But I mean, it's just kind of how the gameplay is now. Everything has to be a little bit more fast paced and all that
exactly.
jazz. So
like there's certain like things like you said, like can't they just go back to like a 3-hit down or something like that, like a Black Ops 3? And like that's what I think about. But like at the same time, like there's been like even like with like Black Ops 4, like they change how the way that like the zombies spawn and behave in certain ways. Like I remember hearing about like if you're running in a certain direction, the zombies do not spawn in front of you. But in Black Ops 4, that changed, and I think it's like on the Titanic map,
a
Voyage of
voyage.
Despair.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. I think like on that map they kind of like pointed it out. But yeah. I mean like you kind of have to go back and change like a lot of ways like that the zombies behave. Like how they take
Mm-hmm.
damage and stuff like that. So
Yeah,
uh,
the
I would.
scaling nowadays is real weird because it's like I feel like it's super easy once you get to 40, but then 40 comes and then that's when the super sprinters come. And I will say, like, there is sometimes if you start getting hit quick, like you can't outrun them. So
Yeah.
Yeah, stutters your step and shit.
yeah,
Okay.
but it's
Yeah.
I feel like I don't know. I kind of want it not to be harder, but like to be scaled differently where, maybe it's round 30, it starts getting a little harder, like, like real hard, like it was kind of back in the day. But I don't know if we'll ever get that because it's like oh, dude, I got to round, six, like every time I log on to YouTube, I have a stream up and it's this one dude and it's this super small dude. He has like 2 people watch him every time. And he's going to round 1,000 on Liberty Falls because of save and quit. So I feel like high rounds lose a bunch of reputability with the save and quit feature. Like it is a awesome feature, don't get me wrong, but it kills people who play the game for high rounds and stuff like that. Cause like it's honestly just how much time are you willing to put into that game now, especially because there's always an exploit for every single map or like a strat for every single map. So but hey.
Yeah, it is kind of different. Like I understand, like, if you're gonna like I mentioned earlier, there's a dude I watch on YouTube who's like streaming World at War Zombies. He's playing Shino Numa. He's got his computer going on for like 3, 4, like an entire week. Like he's getting to like round 1,000 on Shino Numa, and it isn't convenient to have that save and quit, and like the option to join in mid match and stuff like that. There's like some good quality of life features in there, but it's like the way that they end up being used, it kind of changes the way how it is. Which I get what you're saying.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, there's good quality of life stuff from there that makes it more casual and more accessible. But at the same time, I think making the game a little better would make the game a little bit more accessible. You know?
I 100%
Well,
agree.
Yeah.
alrighty. Well, we'll kind of close this off. I know we're a little bit farther into it, but we had a good conversation going there. So, and I don't think anybody's gonna fucking mind.
I got you.
Last topic, something you brought up we hadn't actually talked about yet. Gets a little bit off of Call of Duty, but just other favorite things in zombies. So zombies, movies, games, shows.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, it was your
I don't know.
idea, Slapnut. So start us out with it.
Yeah. I don't know. Sorry. I don't know if we were talking. We were talking about like the pillars and the stuff like that. I kind of mentioned earlier. I went on a rant about T-Lexify. I apologize. Fuck that guy. But no, I feel like I was saying earlier, like the old heads of the zombies community are kind of like slowing down and stuff like that. I feel like I've seen a lot of new guys taking over. You know what I'm saying? A lot of new guys like that. That was awesome. Afterlife podcast. A lot of like smaller guys on the rise. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Yeah. So I don't know. I think the old heads are out, but yeah, we could talk about different zombies. Um, yeah, I was just watching uh I was watching some movies on Discord the other night, and I was watching Zombieland 2. I'd never seen it before. Um, you guys have seen the first one.
Yeah. First one's
Yeah.
gas.
Yeah. Yeah, I love the first one back in the day. It's a classic. Like, I remember seeing that like, Black Ops 1 came out, renting that shit at the friend's house, playing, all that stuff. Good times. And then I remember the second one came out and it was like, oh, it's gonna be in the White House. And I was like, nah, it's gonna be woke because they're talking about Trump. It's gonna be a woke Hollywood movie, you know. And then I was on Discord and all my friends were like, no, it's actually pretty good. I was like, all right, let's watch it. And yeah, I mean it's a pretty good sequel,
Hmm.
It's a good sequel.
Definitely have to check it out.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, it's not bad. I really couldn't complain about anything. It's pretty good.
Okay. Is that your
Um,
favorite zombies movie?
Nah, I just watched that last night. I love like all different types of like old school Romero zombies movies. The classic Romero trilogy. Um all those movies. I love Day of the Dead specifically is like my favorite Romero movie. Um but I even love you guys ever seen like the spin-off Romero movies? Have you guys ever seen like Return of the Living Dead?
I don't think so. I'm not a big like movie guy per se.
I gotcha.
Yeah.
I've watched a
Yeah.
lot of them, but a lot of them are named Of the Dead, and it starts to get
Right.
really blurred after like the 8th or 9th.
Yeah, it is kind of complicated. They're all very similar. But Return of the Living Dead, it's got the song, the cutscene when you start up Call of the Dead.
Oh yeah.
Like it's from that movie.
Oh, that's pretty sick.
Yeah, it's kind of like a throwback to that, and it's a good movie. It's like very 80s. It's all about like punk rock and zombies and stuff like that. And there's a trioxin gas which they use on the zombies. They're trioxin zombies. And with the trioxin gas, they're like, oh yeah, they were putting that stuff in the marijuana. It's like, oh shit, marijuana's all legal nowadays. The trioxin gas. It's like, what are they telling us in these movies? But yeah, Return of the Living Dead. They have a few of those. I like Return of the Living Dead 3. It was like a really good one. Came out in the 90s. It's like it's got a little bit of like exo zombies in there. They're like working on like biomechanical like exosuit
Oh, I
zombies
got you.
and stuff like that. And like there's like they got like this like ice sniper thing that like knocks out the zombies. Kind of reminds me of the VR11.
Oh yeah.
It's pretty cool. Yeah,
Okay.
I stream movies pretty often, but if you guys, I'll probably stream some more. But
Oh heck yeah.
But I think what are you guys' favorite zombie movies? I think you were telling me, Dalton, you're more into like Daisy or World War Z with
Yeah,
Brad
World
Pitt.
War Z. Yeah, that shit is sick. Um, I mean, I would. It's not really a zombie movie, but like it's more of like an outbreak movie. Um, I Am
I
Legend's
got you.
pretty good. What's the? They just came out with a new one. Fuck. It's like 28 days later, 28 hours later, 28 days
Oh
later.
yeah.
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 Um, those are pretty cool growing up watching. Um, but yeah, and then other zombie games. I mean, Dying Light is real good. Peep, we will be uploading Dying Light to the channel, the new one that just came out. Me and Draven are currently recording it.
Okay.
What else we got? The Dead Island, of course. Dead Island was always pretty
Yeah.
sick. And then what was the one? I think it was no, it wasn't only up. Dead Rising? Is that it?
Oh yeah.
Dead
Yeah.
I
Rising's
love
one.
Dead Rising.
Yep. I was about to say those are the zombie games I played
There's
growing
3 or
up.
4 of those.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah, I love Dead Rising. I played the second one the most as a kid, but then like I kind of went back and I got an Xbox because that one's a Xbox exclusive.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
I love that one because it kind of it's kind of like old school zombies in a way. It's like you like it because it's difficult.
Goofy as hell, or it could be just ridiculously serious, trying to rush things out, save everybody.
Yeah, exactly, dude. Like I had a friend who was trying to do all the achievements for that game, and man, dude, that what a grind.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, yeah, good game, great games. I never played the third one though. I still have it on Xbox.
Hey, there you go, man. It's something worth trying out, I'd say. I think all of them were
Okay.
good, honestly. I don't think Dead Rising missed on any of their games.
Yeah,
They do
they're
have like
awesome.
different levels, and they all tie into each other too. So it's not like you get into the third one and it's like, oh yeah, this has nothing to do with anything anymore. It's
Right.
always got like a consistent storyline, at least going on in the background, if not as a major plot point.
Yeah, I think yeah, there's like the lore in Dead Rising all kind of ties together. But yeah, I don't know. I'm not sure if people like Dead Rising 4. And then they made the remake, which I haven't heard much about the remake, but yeah, it's
Dead
still
Rising
going.
4 was being the mechanic, right? His name was like Nick.
No, that was Dead Rising 3.
Okay, yeah, I thought so. Which was 4? Who are you in 4?
I think Dead Rising 4 was like they brought back Frank West, but he wasn't the original voice actor. People weren't as into it, and he went back to the same mall, or he went to the same town where the mall was at.
Yeah.
And I don't think people liked the game as much. I don't think it was like really there. It's kind of like clunky, kind of generic, as stock. So
Changing a voice actor really pisses off certain communities too.
Yeah, it
oh
does.
yeah, oh yeah, I know what you're saying.
um, yeah, no, that's all good picks. I'm surprised nobody brought up Resident Evil, the movies, the show,
Yeah,
the
yeah.
games.
I was gonna say I didn't mention games earlier, but yeah, I like the Resident Evil movie games. I was playing on PS3. I have like the remake of the original uh Resident Evil. Kind of going through that, and it's a little different. It's more of like puzzles and stuff like that. So
Mm-hmm.
it's kind of like a different mode you got to get into. It's not like a first person shooter. And even like the movies too are pretty cool. Like the first movie, classic.
Laser scene, always something fun to watch.
Oh yeah, yeah, that's a classic gamer moment right there. Crack open the G Fuel top 10 Watch Mojo top 10 best video game scenes in movies. Yeah,
Um,
yeah. Oh man,
I
yeah,
was
dude.
like I dove way too far into zombies when I was little. Like I was always watching any zombie movie or show I could find.
Oh
Like I
yeah.
got really hooked into The Walking Dead when it first came out, and then really fell out of it when it got really weird. Um,
Yeah, I remember like when Walking Dead like got really popular around like season 4 going into season 5, I think.
Yeah, it was when they got to the prison, and then you get like this warden
Yeah.
dude who's like collecting zombie heads and shit. And I'm like, yeah, I'm out of here. I don't want this no more.
Yeah, that was kind of like they had all the new fans in. It kind of got popular at a point, but the story at that point, they were just kind of like hanging out at the prison. You know, it was kind of whatever. Yeah.
Left 4 Dead game series is up
Oh
there.
yeah,
Oh,
I
yeah.
forgot about Left 4 Dead.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it was one of the first games that had like specialty zombies, like
The witches, the
witches,
spitters.
tanks, smokers. Yeah, no, you can't really beat some of those older things. Like I don't know why they don't just do more games along those lines. Like I don't know why everybody's trying to be a Call of Duty in a sort. Like, you could just make a weird ass zombies game and people will love it as long as it's done half decent. Like people love DayZ, and it's one of the most annoying fucking games to play in the world.
They made that, what was it, Left for Blood or something like that, or like they tried making
Oh,
like a Left
Back 4
Dead
Blood.
type. Yeah.
I was
Yeah.
gonna try that. Is that not worth it?
No, I've heard it is not very good.
Okay.
Unless it got like a rework, then it might be worth it now. But I would definitely look into it before you buy it.
It's alright. It's free on PlayStation, bro. The PlayStation's got a shit ton of free games.
Oh, I got you.
I just randomly try them out. Like I just started trying out the Forest, which honestly I have
Forest
considered
is
a zombies
fun.
game. I don't know if those are zombies or I don't know if those are
No,
cannibals, bro.
they're cannibals.
I don't know, bro. You see the mutants and shit. Those are fucked up. I don't think that happens just because you're eating people.
Sounds
I
cool.
don't know.
Yeah, the forest is cool. It's like a
It's got an
Stranded
annoying-ass
Deep.
building mechanic.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's like Stranded Deep meets kind of a zombies experience. If that makes sense. Like it's survival to the max. You got to worry about your food, your water, your health,
Infections.
infection.
Everything.
Yeah. It's pretty cool.
That
They
sounds
also
awesome.
have a second one too. I think it's Sons of the Forest.
Yep.
Yep.
I hadn't played that one either.
I haven't played that one either. I played the Forest like right when it came out on Steam, like way back in high school, right when I had my PC. It was pretty tits. If it ever goes on sale, I'd definitely recommend it. But man, we're almost at 2 hours, boys. This might be our longest one yet.
Yeah, we were going with it
Unhinged.
for a minute there. No rules.
No rules, baby, no rules.
Yeah, no, it's been a good time. I've
Heck yeah.
been feeling it.
We really appreciated you being able to make time to come and join us for a couple hours.
Yeah, heck yeah.
Shoot the shit.
Yeah, I mean, I was trying to like schedule this in advance, and I was talking with Fox. You know, we were trying to see like when we could plan it, and we were able to work something out. And yeah, I mean, I'm glad I was able to be here. You know, it's always cool to come on, shoot the shit on Discord with the boys. You
The
know,
boys.
so yeah, I've been looking forward to doing this for a minute.
Heck yeah.
Yeah, we're gonna keep trying to bring people in. So obviously we'll end up cycling back around, bringing you back. Maybe being able to get a bunch of people in on a couple of them, do something along the lines of a big argument. Or,
Okay.
Drew just wants to
talk about
debate.
brother, I really love arguing with people over shit, and you can't stop me once I get started on something. I can't wait to find it.
I can't wait for the day.
Good debates.
Yeah.
It's just gonna be a lot of screaming. It's gonna be like 20 people in this Discord going, "Nah, bro, Misty's got C cups, not double D's."
Yeah. Yeah, dude. Fucking censored Misty sucks, dude.
Yeah. But yeah, no, it's been a great time. Anybody have anything they want to tag on?
Nah, that's it for me. I think I got all my words out and everything. It was awesome to talk with Jeremy, have him on the episode. Getting to know the community that we're building is awesome, especially all us loving zombies, loving the same thing. So hopefully we keep growing, able to have bring people back on, have new people on, do everything like that. So I'm just excited. It was a good episode. Really enjoyed it.
Yeah. I feel that. Yeah, thanks for having me on, guys. I mean, really. It's just I mean, the opportunity of letting me on the podcast at all. I mean, really. I mean, you're not like you just let some rando do that, crazy. So it's an honor,
Yeah. Heck yeah.
Yeah. you know,
Yeah.
so
Yeah,
it's
you-
a big opportunity.
I was gonna say, yeah, dude, you are you're a day one, and you know, we're starting building as well. So you know, it'd be awesome to see a community grow with us. So glad we could have you
Yeah,
on.
yeah.
So what is that?
You've been putting really good questions and everything, bud.
Heck
Like,
yeah.
You obviously know the story, what you like, what you don't like. It's always good to have somebody that knows the topic at hand.
Hmm.
We could probably
Okay.
just have asked you one question and you could have went off for at least an hour, hour and a half by yourself.
Heck yeah. So we'd love
That
to hear.
makes it
Yeah.
easy for us.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. Anytime. Whenever you guys want to do another one of these, you know, just let me know, and I'll try and work around it. You know.
Awesome.
Yeah, hell yeah, buddy. Much appreciated you coming out again. I know it was kind of awkward with time zones and shit. We'll definitely
Oh,
be
yeah.
better prepared next time. We'll figure out stuff more in advance between each other.
No, it
but
wasn't. It
yeah.
wasn't that bad, to be honest. For
All
me
right, all right.
personally, I don't know about you guys.
Yeah.
Ah,
No,
no, this is my off day. Shit.
Yeah. I got
Yeah,
off
same
work
here.
decently early. It's been a good day. It's been a good day.
Yeah. Okay.
But yeah, can't
Yeah.
wait for the next one then, man. It was always a good time getting to know somebody new. And it was a pleasure meeting you, Jeremy.
Heck yeah.
Yeah, dude. I've been wanting to talk to you too, so I'm glad we could talk and hang out and stuff.
It's always nice to
Yeah.
meet some of the round base fellas. And I'm gonna say that's gonna wrap it up, boys. It was a great episode. Like, subscribe.
Hell yeah.
Have a great one, boys.